We are Islamic Republic. Part 7. The Decline and Fall of the Mughal Empire. What were the long and short-term causes of the decline of the empire? What effect did the collapse of the empire have on Muslims? Who would replace the power of the Mughals? For 2 centuries, the Mughal Empire had unified most of India. Muslim values had prevailed in a land where the majority were Hindus. For the wealthy and important people, it was Mughal standards that dictated their way of life. The empire could claim important successes. Under the Mughal literature, art and architecture flourished. The ability of the Mughals to rule for more than 200 years was itself a great achievement. Their system of government and administration ensured a considerable degree of peace and stability in an otherwise divided land. As the peak of the Mughal Empire, at the peak of the Mughal Empire, India was far more advanced in many ways than Europe. But although the Muslim values of the Mughals dominated the empire, they did not undermine the beliefs and attitudes of the Hindus, and Hinduism remained the faith of the majority. There were still two major groups of people with differing values and beliefs living largely separate lives in the same land. As the empire declined during the 18th century, one important question was who would replace the power of the Mughals? What caused the eventual breakup of the Mughal Empire? Such a great empire did not simply collapse over a short period of time. It actually took 150 years from the death of Aurangzeb for the empire to finally come to an end. Different reasons contributed over many years to its disintegration. With the breakup of Mughal Empire, India reverted to being a collection of small kingdoms. As you have learned, the empire was facing difficulties at the end of Aurangzeb's life in 1707. Following his death, the tension and the problem simply got worse. Let's talk about the last emperor. The title of the emperor survived until 1858. Bahadur Shah too was the last emperor, but he had no empire. As the king of Delhi, he lived on a pension from the British. After the violence of 1857, the British arrested and imprisoned him at the age of 82 and then exiled him to Burma, Myanmar today. While he died and is buried, his sons were also killed. Not just the two sons, but two of his grandsons were also killed. Their heads were presented to him. What a pity. The causes of the decline of the empire. We can identify some significant reasons for the downfall of the Mughal Empire. Rebellion. Local leaders challenged the Mughal power. Previously loyal princes rebelled against the Mughals' authority. Mughal provincial governors declared independence. The Maratha factor. Invasion. The invasions from Persia and Afghanistan. Start of the European conquest. Problems in Delhi. Failure of leadership. Self-indulgence and pleasure-seeking among the Mughal nobility. Difficulty collecting revenue and shortage of funds. Military strength grew weak. Well, the princes were pleasure seeking, they had weak control, poor description, arrival of the British East India Company, military strength, education, civilized people, strong military, big navy. Well, these were some of the reasons. Who rebelled against the Mughal rulers? They were the local leaders, they were the princes who rebelled. The Mughal provincial governors, they declared the rebellion. The Marathas also rebelled, the Sikh also rebelled against the Mughal Empire.